Good afternoon. Welcome to your weekly current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Agbonlao. I must tell you that today's program, as usual, will keep you updated, keep you enlightened, keep you informed with all that is happening in the country. On today's program, we are taking a retrospective look at the comments of the former Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II. His comments, very disturbing, mind-troubling, and of course, gives cause for concern. If you are not aware of his comments, let me just refresh your mind. Recently in an event, Muhammadu Sanusi, the former Emir of Kano, informed Nigerians that as we prepare for the general elections next year, that there are some very salient issues that must be considered by Nigerians, the voters, and aspirants, and those who are aspiring to occupy public offices. Let me just give you some of his quotes. I quote, "Ahead of the general elections, former Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, has said that Nigeria is living on extra time with deeper challenges to be confronted from 2023. In his words, and I quote, "Those struggling to be president, I hope they understand the problems that they are going to face are multiples of the problems that we have faced in year 2015. All of us have to be ready for difficult decisions, and they are to be taken. We are all going to pay for them. But the solution is not for all of us to jump into politics. This country needs good politicians." Now, the comments of Sanusi. But what are these challenges? We took time to break it down. Now, the challenges bedeviling Nigeria. Let's just encapsulate it this way. The lack of job opportunities is at the core of the high poverty levels, regional inequality, and social and political unrest. High inflation has also taken a toll on households' welfare and high prices in the country. Nigerians have a lot to think about. Now, joining me to dissect the comments of the former Emir of Kano, Sanusi, I have very eminent personalities with me. I have a professor of law in the studio, Professor Joe Odion. Nice to have you in the studio today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I also have a former chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress at Edo State and a clergyman that is highly respected, Reverend Olu Aderigbigbe. Nice to have you today.
Thank you. Also,
and he's also the chairman of veterans.
Thank
Veterans
you.
Labour Leaders.
Okay.
Thank
so,
you.
double capacity now.
Good afternoon, viewers.
Yeah. Now, before my guest will dissect today's topic, let me refresh your mind again. Let's watch and listen to the former Emir of Kano, the comments.
This country we're living on extra time. In 2015, we were in a deep hole. In 2023, we will be in an even much deeper hole than in 2015. The challenges facing all those people who are struggling to be president, I hope they understand that the problems they are going to face are multiples of the problems that were faced in 2015. And all of us have to be ready for difficult decisions. And if they're not taken, we're all going to pay for it. But the solution is not for all of us to jump into politics. This country needs good politicians. It needs imams and pastors and bishops who are going to stand up and remind them of the fear of God. It needs technocrats who are going to critique their policies. It needs traditional rulers who are going to speak as the conscience of the people. Everyone has a role to play. and we should try to play that role to the best of our ability. I think, but in the end, we all have to submit to Allah. I think the most important thing is that we should continue to pray to our country, that whoever emerge as president, governors, senators, members of the House, chairman of leadership at all levels, that we get good leaders.
Okay, so let me start with Reverend Luadede. Now, as a Labour leader, you've seen it all. Now, we are planning for 2023. And for the former Emir of Kano to make these very damning comments, are you disturbed? Your remarks, yes.
I'm very, very disturbed.
Okay.
His statement is prophetic.
Okay.
It will let us know what is coming ahead, 2023. And that for now, we are in problem. For now, we are in problems. For now, we are in hardship. For now, people can hardly eat. So I want to say that by the grace of God, we are going to face the challenges. That is what the man is just saying. Challenges in one form. Half of the country have been taken over by Boko Haram. Challenges in what way? People have graduated for 10, 15 years, no work. And challenges in what way? Those that are coming, are they better than those that they are in now? So it's not just that you want to play politics. You must have your mind, what really you want to do to salvage this nation. Because we don't have two countries, we have only one. Everybody's keep on amassing wealth. If you go through what is happening now, if kidnapping is increased, and nobody is arresting them, and you find out that religion matter, tribal sentiment has started. A section of the country is having more than another section. So there's grudges. We have problems here and there. So whoever is coming should later know that you want to serve the country of Nigeria. And in other ways, there are two ways. Number one, those of us who want to vote, we must know whom we want to vote for. Whether, forget about tribal sentiment, wherever a president or somebody want to serve the country with all his mind come from. So far, you know the purpose in which you are coming in. And we know who we want to vote for. We look at the background of who is coming to become your president. And to know from where is which area. What I mean by this area, what is his antecedent? What is from day one of his own background of his family? Who are they? Are they right? Do you have the spirit of leadership? That's what we are talking about, not people bringing money, doling out money for plantain, for banana, because they created it. They take over from military. They created a situation where people will not go to school. They are creating house helps and others. And at the end of the day, Nigeria is going down and down. So whoever wants to salvage this country must first salvage himself. We want to know who they are and what is their background. And not that you come today bringing money. Most of this looted money, they will bring it back again. You can see some of them, which all of us saw on television, that have brought more than 1 million cars to share for campaign. People who are bringing out Ghana must go inside 9/11 to give out in dollars and pounds. If such a man become a president, where will he regain such money? So people should be very careful about taking money for voting, okay. Because if you vote because of money, you are voting your generation yet unborn, your grandchildren, your children. Already in Nigeria, a child in the womb is owing debt, is owing in dollars. We are in challenges because already the present government is keep on borrowing and borrowing. So whoever is coming is a debtor. Nigeria, every African Nigeria, even in the womb of his mother, is a debtor to America or whatever.
Yes. That's a very terrible one.
Yes.
So even the unborn child is already a debtor.
It's already a debtor.
But the fact that he's a citizen of this country.
Yes, if you are coming to come and be a president or whatever you want to become, or senator, we must know how you are. You see a man that have 7 wives and divorcing every day that want to become a senator. So we should know their background. We must know what you have done. And we that want to vote, we must know the problem that we should come out of Egypt. That this slave trade must stop.
Thank you very much. We'll come back to you, but I think very powerful statements from Reverend Lou Adedibigbe in his opening remarks, dissecting this topic, the comments. And I believe that you're beginning to understand what the former Emir of Kano is talking about. It is something that gives cause for concern. All Nigerians must live up to expectation. All Nigerians must have a rethink about the future of this country. Well, Professor Joe Bodio, yes. Now, looking at the comments of the former Emir, yes, this man is known for making very, very punchy statements. And he has done it again. And he took us back to 2015. You know what he did in 2015. And now he's saying what Nigeria faced in 2015. It cannot be compared to what we should expect. But is he a prophet of doom, or is just, you think what he's saying is something that we should take seriously?
Yes, thank you, sir. Let me also weigh in on what Reverend has said. Obviously, I wouldn't tag him as a prophet of doom.
Okay.
But more like a soothsayer. He could see good, he could see bad.
Okay.
He's very rhetoric in his comments. Right from when he was governor of CBN, we saw what he did. Right from when he exposed, or when he claimed that there were some leakages in government resources, he pushed it to the front burners. The NNPC was not remitting monies as at when due, and certain amount had not come into the CBN's treasury, as it were. So he has been known for that. And of course, you recall that is one of the reasons probably why he was deposed as the Emir of Kano, because he talked too much in Nigeria balance. But speaking truth to power is what we all should do. And anybody who does that, especially who has seen power, who has seen fame and authority, is quite commendable. And now coming to what he has said, he has just mirrored the real problem we have in the country. It's just that not many people want to say it. And of course, others may say it, but it's not as weighty as it is, given his background as a foremost economist, a CBN governor, of course, a former Emir of Kano. So what he has said, everybody should be conscious of what he has said. We are sitting on a keg of gunpowder, really. We are the prognoses are not quite, they're not good at all. Because if you look at 2015, like you rightly said, and 2023, that's about 8 years difference, things have really worsened. We have a myriad of political problems. The militancy, the despondency in terms of regional conflicts, the disbelief in the one Nigerian project, the unity that we must talk about, it's no longer there anymore. Some sections feel isolated, they don't even feel they belong to this country anymore. If you see their comments both offline and online, it's quite terrible.
And that could have triggered the issue of some Nigerians calling for restructuring, which actually occupied public space at the time.
Yes. Let me even tell you this: restructuring is an answer, it's an attempt to, it's a curative measure towards the issues of those who want to even secede, as it were. So it's like restructuring is like it's trying to pamper them to remain so we can restructure. Even at that, we're having issues. Yesterday I was in Abo, the law week in Abo of the Nigeria Association. That was our team restructuring Nigeria. And I spoke to a paper on the future of elections, insecurity in Nigeria, and whether elections will be held next year, which is exactly what the Emir of Kano has said. It's possible that the organizers heard the Emir of Kano's comment and started to discuss as a central theme of the paper. So elections are at its peak now, and that is where you test the Nigerian project, because the insecurity problem is on ground. I mentioned how we can go into election 20 when we have, like I said, it's on part of northeast. Borno, Katsina. I also saw your news flash now. Another attack in Katsina again. It's repeated. These bandits have captured some communities. They now collect taxes and levies. They now have a program for when people come to market, when you go to worship. So they have a government of their own, a pseudo government of their own. It's like serious. So how do you go into elections with that kind of challenge? Then look at the economic front. The naira is dying every day. Like I said, we borrowed money in trillions. We are owing China. We do not know what I've used as collateral. I can access some of our born children. That may even scare people from going to contraception. Maybe we know why, because it means as the child community is already indebted. But we have the Nigerian reserve is next to nothing, down. unemployment is very high. I mentioned it. I teach. I know what our students go through. Every day our students come back to do one form of master's degree or the other. We have more master's degrees than even undergraduates now. The other day, people are coming to do PhD. People are just trying to certify themselves where they can get good jobs. Even in the professional course like law. I imagine what happened to those who read the liberal arts and liberal sciences. So things are quite tough. People cannot...
so job opportunities are not there.
People are leaving the country in droves.
Yeah.
Migration is on the high. No matter how you preach about illegal migration, NAPTI comes on air. But I keep asking, all this we say, what will you tell the young man who have left school, no job, doesn't want to go into crime, doesn't want to go into Yahoo ritual, which is really, look at the ritual trend that people, young boys, 15 years, killing for money. Because they don't believe that this country has any future for them. They don't believe they can walk through the rope, as a guy has gone through the rope, did labor and everything, now he says a veteran. You are doing your own. Nobody wants to be patient anymore because they've seen those in government. Governance at its lowest ebb.
And some persons who have employment can't even take care of their families, can't afford a good car.
Yes, some government, some state governors, they have not paid minimum wage.
Okay, till now.
Till now. So how would the workers survive?
So unrest might be brewing in some states.
How would they get effective productivity? How would they get result when other states pay minimum wage and some other states they are not paying? And those workers there, are they visitors to that state? Meanwhile, the governor is traveling from a place to London. He carry more than 10 people along. He carry the car, the convoy that will follow him to airport. You can imagine that about it.
And they pay the extra code.
And they will pay them extra code. They will pay them sleeping allowance. They will pay the feeding allowance. And at the end of the day, somebody make his own sister a German minister in this country where some people never pay. And they want
Commissioner of Happiness.
So yes, so in this situation,
he wants to be president now. He's already in the race.
What that man said is true. We are except be careful. Already, most of the lands in the country of Nigeria have been taken over by Chinese. Chinese, no state you will go that we don't see the presence of Chinese. They are ready to give you loan to occupy your land. So already Nigeria, we are becoming a slave in our land. And already they are like Europe, in London, they have opened their embassy. You can come if you are a nurse, if you are a doctor, no more restraint of getting visa. It's a way to use, these are the people we did not value here, the outside country value them. Why can't we not look? So whoever is coming must make sure I am a man who want to serve the country, not who want to make the country. We have said before, as they come, we had this one to come and chop. You remember the era of Bolage, to come and chop. We're supposed to forget about to come and chop or politics of stomach infrastructure. That is what we are still killing. And those who want to kill the corruption, they are hiding more. The hiding corruption is smelling everywhere. Anywhere you go, there is corruption. So you can look at what happened.
Talking about corruption, we just heard now of adulterated...
That's what I want to say. Today there is somebody not in charge of, okay, you are granted NPC is a company, but the company now is cheating is citizenry of a nation, and we pay tax. Then you can imagine how many cars the engine have knocked because of the carelessness.
And who's going to pay for all that?
Nobody, because who do you want to arrest? Nobody, because either the man is connected to whoever is there, and whoever is there is connected to whoever is there. So you cannot talk. Look at common here, go to police station. An IPO, whatever he says, DPO cannot correct him. So imagine, they cannot, because there is power that place people there, and others have no job. While some people are wasting the life of Nigerians. Are they not possibly in charge of that fuel?
Yeah, but we must commend President Buhari now, who has asked that the man in charge should be queried. I think that was a good one.
What is the answer? It's not a query that matters. What is the after result of the query? What will come out of it? What is the byproduct of the query? Did they remove the man? We have had a lot of queries in this country. Nothing, with this present administration, nothing comes in there.
Okay, you have to be suspended, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. One of our guests just will be joining us shortly, talking about another legal practitioner, barrister Jim Osagede, but that will be immediately after this break.
correspondent.
Yeah, nice to have you back. After that break, it's always a delight on the program weekly to know that you're spending part of your 60 minutes with us on the show. It is 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Egosa Agmulao. Joining us is a legal practitioner, and I must tell you, he's a man that really can dissect issues. Barrister Jim Osagede, nice for joining us.
Thank you very
much. On the
much,
show, we have a professor of law, Professor Job Odion, and we also have a labor leader of repute, Reverend Olu Aderigbe with us. And thanks for being a part of today's program. Yes, we are still dissecting the comments of the ex-Emir of Kano and former CBN Governor Sanusi. Very weighty statements from him. And let's just get the opening remarks of Barrister Jim Osagede to those wonderful comments of Sanusi.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
First, let me commend former Governor of Central Bank, Sanusi.
Yes.
He's a man who is bold, always speak, to the issues the way they are.
Yes.
That has been the reason why he has been having running battle with the powers that be. Having said that, I want to say that the issues that he raised, they are mammoth issues.
Okay.
Mammoth is bigger than the elephant.
Yes.
So there are several issues, and they are multifaceted.
Okay.
In the sense that those issues that we had that were terribly unacceptable in 2015, so to say, are even multiplied. Right now, the worst that we are experiencing in this country is that almost everybody is a refugee in his homeland. You are unable to travel freely. You are unable to go out at will. You don't have the zeal to even call law enforcement officers when you have issues, because they're not going to respond. So it's like a spinal cord that has broken down. Very difficult to put together. But by the grace of God, Nigeria will be able to rise. Talking about 2023 election that is around the corner, you can see a lot of politicians are already jostling, even those who had failed perpetually in the offices they occupied in the past, even those who were civil servants that were found wanting why they served the government. Everybody is lining up. And if you look at the dossier of all these people who are lining up, they are all money bags. That is the main issue that we have in Nigeria. In civilized countries like America, all you need is your brain. As long as you have, the ability to examine issues and provide solutions, people will fall in love with you. And, ordinary people on the street, they'll come together to raise funds for you. But Nigeria is not like that. Some time ago, after Biden became a president, he put a call across to a family, and he insisted that he wanted to talk to one of the little girls in the family.
Your family.
Yes. Why did he do that? That little girl donated, I think, about $1 or $2 to the campaign. So when you put all that together in a country, then you have enough fund to run your election. But in Nigeria, those who have the brains don't have the money. Those who have the money, they take the people for granted. A lot of issues must be put on the table and addressed properly if we are to go forward. For instance, the issue of insecurity. Now, how are you going to move materials? How are you going to move materials to vulnerable places? For example, let's start from the north. Not every part of the north is under the control of the federal government. Some parts of the north are already under the control of
bandits.
the insurgents. They are taking over. Just like Prof was saying the other time, I was listening. They have authorities of their own. They collect tax. They have set the rules and template for the way people will live. And you say this in it's one country. You see, the problem with Nigeria cannot be solved until the constitution is revisited. Nigeria is not a true federalism. In a true federalism, the center, collects, tax from the, other states that make up the federation, not the other state lining up every month to go to Abuja, go and share money. It doesn't work. So we have to strengthen the aspect of security. The INEC officials who are going to conduct the election, they have to be upright. In fact, they should try, even if they cannot be upright. Let them make a let us see that, they are trying. Now that the economy is so bad, it's a quagmire situation, is so bad, the ordinary man on the street that is unable to, a 40 square meals in a day, is going to be an easy prey for those who are going to share money to buy votes. You understand? So because of hunger in the land, people are doing things that others are applauding. Nowadays in Nigeria, those who are doing the bad things are the people that you applaud. If you want to be straight and upright, if you go to the police station, you want to be straight, you are going to spend the whole day there. If you go to anywhere you want to be straight to do the right thing, you are going to spend the whole day there. So the issues that the former governor, the former Emir of Kano, Sanusi, raised, they are germane, but he did not actually dissect the issues. I believe that he's also cautious.
He just want people to come to public
a blanket overview of exactly what we are going to face.
Okay.
You understand? Now, talking about the election, the process, the procedure of moving sensitive materials to the police stations, to the riverine areas, they have to be examined. They have to be examined. Everybody should be able to start voting at the same time and close at the same time. Now, what I observed in the last general elections, I contested under PDP, for the State House of Assembly. What I observed was that the police officers that were posted to the police stations were not ready to correct any wrongdoing. In their face, people were sharing money. In their presence, people were sharing money. Do you know that some of the law enforcement officers too will, openly demand for refreshment? Now, how do you do that? You know what happened recently in Canada, a Nigerian who became a minister there. I don't remember his name. The first Nigerian, first Nigerian to reach that position. He's a lawyer too. You know what happened that made him to lose his position as a minister was that he ran the red lights and they gave him a ticket. He thought he was in Nigeria. He called the police boss. But when he called the police boss, he was not asking the police boss to waive the ticket. But he was just telling, look at what happened. And they did not take it lightly because they believed that he was trying to use his position to influence the system. And they removed him. Those are the kind of things that we want to see in Nigeria. You see, anybody who has the tenacity and the courage to correct the ills in Nigeria can do it. For example, we talk about law enforcement officers. If you go to a department and there is corruption, remove the boss. Remove those who are in charge of that because they are failed in their duties and responsibilities. If you remove a DPO because a constable has collected bribe, if you remove commissioner of police because his DPO is not doing the right thing, if you remove the commissioner because his permanent secretary,
I think
things will start to change. But nobody wants to bear the cards. That is the problem. Nobody wants to bear the card. So all of us, in our own little way, we should try to do the right thing so that 2023 will be better. Okay. Well, that is our aspiration.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrister Jim. I can see that Reverend Lou Aderiwe is itching to make comments. You are a man of God, and the former Emir of Kano actually said that Nigeria as a country needs prayers. But don't you think Nigeria is too religious? Do you think it's an issue of prayer now, or Nigerians need to take their destiny in their own hands?
There's nothing prayer cannot do, but this matter is matter of action. We are in a situation where some people are spraying money inside church. Who want to do the prayer and don't want to hear it? People, you see, human beings score in the man of God's hand. So we need action. And like the prof and my learned brother have said, all this is theory, it's not practical. That's how it's supposed to be. That if the DPO, a sergeant misbehave, remove him and replace him. Not a situation where the corruption starts from down to up. I am a living example. I have an accident with my vehicle, and they towed the vehicle, and the police were asking me to pay 30,000. We were now bargaining. How do we now get? And if you now go and tell people at the top, they will still listen to their voice. We need a men that have conscience, men of integrity. Who are the people in 2023 that want to contest election now that people will clap for? Is it a old governor who left his own position as a governor and changed to another party because maybe he was afraid of probe? Most of the people that have been charged now concerning probe, they will not join a ruling party so that they will not face the FCC. How long can we continue like that? So there are many things that is going on. in the country of Nigeria need changes, not this type of change we are seeing now. We need men of pure heart who really want to serve, who are committed, like he cited in Canada. We need people who can say, yes, this is what I have done. The man did not contest it because he knew that he ran foul. But here in this country, you begin to amend. Look at the man who was in charge of VFCC. They now said it's the case today, that's how it will die off. And we have a president. The bad fuel that have been imported to the country of Nigeria, the man in charge says it's not their fault. It's my fault. In my village that awarded that contract. And the same people are talking about subsidy. When this present government came to the system, they said subsidy is fraud. There's nothing like that. Now they are trying subsidy. And we know that we have refineries that are not working. The contractors, they see that contractual life. Yes. You see in the life of our leaders, where they will be bringing in importing useless fuel for the people. Because who do you want to cry to? Tell me, is the House of Assembly that some of them have not been paid?
So are you saying that the purity level in Nigeria is still very high?
Just saying that.
Very high. Look, imagine now, in the yesterday debate, they wanted the situation where they want to amalgamate the doctors. They cannot practice. Right. They want to coerce ASU. That is National Assembly, who's supposed to look at our state. The man is doing well, but what is local government? Why have we not constituted local government election? So the people want to be on their own. They eye before others. That is until we have this spirit that we want to serve the nation. We want, if I die, let me die. How many people like that? Where are the heroes here? But we can be citing Awolowo, Zik. They gave out their life to serve. Not this governor living from one, they've not finished their time. They now go and cross over. We call them crossover governors. And you can imagine many of them, they have nothing to offer. You left as a governor for 8 years. Yes. You could claim so low to go to Senate. From Senate, again, they will be there, become a bomb, there, doing nothing. Some of them were sleeping. Go and look at them. Even the seats in the House of Assembly, both the greenhouse, they are empty. You see nobody there. But at the end of the day, they will come for their payroll. Until today, did you see the Senate president have not told us how much is their real salary? He just bent and murder over it. That is it. Many things that are happening there. Look at the bill presented to the president. That's how they maneuver it. And at the end of the day today, no, we are still on story. Then say, I hear. Unless 2023 is coming, we are going to meet a lot of problems. We are going to, like the Emir said, it is true. We are going to face war. We are already indebted. We are already enslaved, even in our own country. So who do you now want to run to? Where are the Obas? Where are the Emirs? Okay. The Emir that control the president that cannot talk.
Thank you very much. I can see Prof is also itching to make
comments. I was still trying to put my thought process through before the slight break we took. Now, as I was saying, speaking direct to issues you have raised, I think the major focus is the issue of insecurity and, of course, economic downturn that we're experiencing. Yeah. So if you put those two together, issue of governance, politicking, yes, there's many issues we can talk, but if we know that insecurity, the first challenge is how do we ensure there's security for the elections? How much effort can we make to down the tension?
Security only for elections or security for Nigerians?
Yes.
Is it all about elections?
Okay. They are together, but I'm emphasizing election because of the benchmark, the year 2023. Okay. We are saying 2022, but it's focusing on that because of the elections. Yes. Because insecurity problem is here. It's pervasive. Yes. We are still struggling with it. We know the pains we are all going through. But to worsen, to heighten as we approach the elections. That year it will be so bad that if we don't tackle it, like I said, how do we deploy voting material? Elections will not take place in some part of Katsina State, some part of Zamfara State, part of one. So how do we elect a governor who probably will get his votes from just a quarter of the state, or let's be total of the state? There are some constituencies that may not produce as for assembly members. How do you have an assembly member that is not properly constituted? Maybe you do elections for the 17 seats, the remaining 4 or 5 be manned by bandits. Yes. The bandits will they come for elections? Will they submit elections? So you have to flush them out first. to do elections. There's also the move to do census. You know, there's a proposal. How is that feasible?
Yeah.
Can we do census? Can we do census in the same year with elections? Can we go and take enumerate people in those enclaves, in the IDP? So that is the issue. Then, like I said, the issue of economic downturn. The poverty level is very high. Inflation is at its worst. Just imagine, things are increasing every day. And I've said that repeatedly. Part of the problem is because we don't have a government that is concerned about our welfare. If they are, they will invoke certain policies in the price control regime to reduce some of these inflationary trends. You cannot provide the resources to us. Try and bring down the inflation figures. Try and talk to the marketers and the various unions we have. Here in Edo State, for example, every time I hear it on stations, union, I've said so here repeatedly, I keep saying so. Because there's a problem, but we can manage the problem to reduce poverty level and to reduce the tension and insecurity. People are going to crime because they cannot feed themselves. There are no jobs. People are at the borderline, but they are pushed to crime. How do you? I was coming from my boys there. I want to give an example. I came from my boys there. I went to Abu my colleague is there. They did the MBA and I was there. The MBA chairman was there. And I was coming and I said, okay, last time I traveled, I didn't go in my car. So when I got to a place where I live, they sell yam, sell plantain. I said, let me buy some few things there. And the little money I have for fuel that I took, I bought a lot. I bought Delta State. I took it to my wife, I was surprised. I can't get those things in Benin here. So with due respect. They're so expensive. Things are so expensive in our state. And so you find that if we have such a high level of inflation in the state, it's not man. And if you imagine what is happening in other states.
So there's need for price control.
Accessory, of course. Yeah. And they need to regulate unions. Unions should not be allowed to syndicate prices, hoarding. You just wake up and say bottled water is 150 naira, pure water is 20 naira. No, it should be
on high side.
Market forces should determine that. And then when you are going to make exorbitant profit, government should intervene. Because things like gari, bread, kerosene, even this water, they are necessities. You may not regulate or control. You might want to wear a Rolex watch. You may not control car. You want to buy a big car. But things like transportation, things like accommodation, things like basic food, staple food, bread, rice, gari.
For the masses.
Things that people that survive people. You must intervene. If you're not subsidizing it as you are claiming in the oil now, you must find a way to make sure that you interface with the unions, regulate the prices, so that instead of making 100% profit, they should make 50%. You can't buy a bunch of plantain, 1,000 naira from a market to man coming from the bush. You bring it to Benin, transport maybe another 1,000. Then you want to sell that plantain for 5,000, 4,000. And then you blame the governor, you blame the... So these are the things that he is saying. He has been Emir. He's close to the Talaka. He sees what happened in the north. They're right where he said, because they are more afflicted. First, the educational, go to Mission Road. See the crowd you see there every day. It's become an eyesore. They are from the north. Where he held sway. And that was the issue he kept raising when people felt he was too outspoken, he was too combative. So the issue is going to be tackled. By the way, it's just a year, less than a year to the elections. Because I'm focused on the election, because if we don't get it right, the upheaval that will come will first, because people are yearning for the real change. As I said, real change, not just change, real change, qualified change. Now, if the elections don't produce the kind of leaders we want, then how do you guarantee there will be no revolt in this country? You know, how do you, and if it's only come from the region people are expecting, then how do you douse those who say they want to secede? You see it? How do you douse it? How do you make people accept the results and the leaders that will come? Assuming leaders that come can make the difference. And then the problem, like I said, is worse. In 2015, we thought somebody would come and make the change. He couldn't. And from all what we can gather, problems have increased. I'm not saying he's the one that increased it, but problems have increased. He has overwhelmed. So the man coming now is going to meet a 1,000-fold.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof. Now, before we continue, what former Emir of Kano, Sanusi, actually said, we sum it up. It's encapsulated in this form. The presentation director will just allow us to see that now, and you get to understand what we're talking about. The lack of job opportunities. Some persons believe that the breakdown of what he's saying bedevil the development of this country. The lack of job opportunities, it is seen as one of the biggest problems because when the youths are not employed, many take to crime. Now there's the problem of ritual killings, which we are going to discuss shortly. Lack of job opportunities are the core of the high poverty levels, the regional inequality, That's another problem. Social and political unrest. High inflation has also taken a toll on households' welfare and high prices. There was some studies referring to some years, but now in 2022, the problems are still there. And it is believed that many Nigerians will be pushed into poverty level even this year, next year. Okay, now, Barrister Jim, what is the way forward? We've seen this problem. We've been able to have a cursory look at what Sanusi has talked about. How do we curb this problem? Now, the House of Representatives quickly made a resolution on ritual killings. For the House of Representatives to do that, it has assumed a very frightening dimension, that they are killing Nigerians for money, ritual killings. What's the way forward? A quick one on that.
Well, thank you very much. The fear that we all have is palpable because everybody seems to know the problem.
Okay.
But nobody seems to want to be able to do that which is right.
Yes.
That is the main challenge that we have in Nigeria. You know, talking about ritual killings, for example, let me look at that.
Yeah.
You know, because that is part of, you know, it's like a sibling of insecurity. You know, all this, for me, it was not the duty of the National Assembly to be talking about ritual killing. We have laws in the land. We have laws in the land that will take care of such issues. Ritual killing, is it not murder? Don't you have accessories? Don't you have people who connive with them? Don't you have the native doctors who give them that instructions? Instead of going to Abuja to go and cry in the National Assembly, why don't the police arrest and prosecute? Because you don't arrest and prosecute, it's perpetrated. The people who are associated with all those ritual killings should also be arrested. By the way, those ritual killings as a result of poverty of ideas of the people involved, they are unintelligent in the sense that they don't understand what they are doing. I'm sure if you run psychiatric tests, many of them cannot pass it. Because there is no way, nobody should be deceived that when you kill somebody, you will get money. It's a lie. That when you kill your mother, you get money, it's a lie. All those things don't work. You could, somebody may have, done a ritual killing, and by chance, if there's a coincidence, he has defrauded somebody else, he will say that because he killed his mother, that's why he's getting all the money. So the point I'm making is that the laws of the land should be implemented. Should be enforced. Because yes, right now in Nigeria, we are having a repetition of existing laws. They are making laws and laws and laws. They are becoming so cumbersome to even figure out which one applies. It happens in Britain. There is no document that is called their constitution. It's not written down. But as the people evolve over time, the norms, the culture of the people have come to establish the do's and don'ts of the society. So all these things, they can be called. Now that one, let's dovetail to insecurity, for example, the bandits, the insurgent. Prof was talking about the trip of yesterday. I passed that same place yesterday. Okay. When you get to that place, you see heaps of yam and the rest of them, but many of us motorists, we are even scared to stop. Yeah, no, sure. Because anything can happen. Now, there's a system that people put in their cars. They call it tracker. As you are here, you can know where your vehicle is. Yes. Who provides it? Is it not Google? The service provider, the telephone operators, they have the same system. If you open your telephone, you are talking to somebody, will show the location of the person. Now, why does the government say that they don't know where the bandits are? Even from space, from satellites, you can know where the bandits are. The satellites can penetrate foliage, can penetrate thick forest to know where the bandits are. When America went to bomb the factory that this guy in Libya, Muammar Gaddafi was building, they sent a B-52 all the way from America, and that bomb zeroed in on the entrance of the nuclear facility. Those are the kind of action that we need. It shows that this country, these people, they know what they are doing.
Thank you very much.
You pick people up on the road, you run into the bush, and they say they don't know where you are.
Thank you very much, Barrister. I can see that time is not our friend, but a quick one. Reverend Lua, just a quick one. Closing remark, a quick one.
Well, it's a pity that as far as we are still operating the present constitution in the country of Nigeria, we will not get things right. They are military constitution. 2, except we find people who are honest, like there's ritualists. We have many of them. There's something that is a serious issue where people get money. There is. It may not be technically proved, but there are ritualists for money. There are many. We should not. We are Africa. We know much about that. Yeah. But the ability for, why do we have police, like I said? But the policeman that is doing his work, another big man, note from governor, note from honorable to release their sons. It's only the children of the poor that suffers it. Okay? And who are these kidnappers? Where can your son get gone? The children of big men, the elite children, they are involved. And when that is why you cannot be able to catch people. And when they are arrested, their father and mother will come up to bail them. So please accept we are committed. And 2, the law enforcement agent, should go on training.
Thank you very much.
Training is very, very necessary.
Thank you.
And 2, the weapons of the bandits are 100% higher than the military. You can see they wasted the life of a DPO. Yes. And a general.
Thank you very much.
So let us go for more training, and instead of wasting money, let us buy sophisticated weapon. And you can swallow our pride. It's not fattening. Nigerians should organize beg for machineries to be able to fight this battle. Okay, that is the truth.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, let me just chip in this. Yes. Since we are begging for time, I think the relevant authorities should take Sanusi's admonition seriously. They should work on security, try and reduce poverty level by whatever means in the next 6 or 8 months before elections.
Thank you very much. I want to thank my guests. Very wonderful comments on the program, this week's edition. Our time is not always our friend, but we thank you for spending your 60 minutes with us on 60 Minutes Nigeria. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.